Hey everyone, it's your main man E, and I'm here with Emaniti. No. And I want to do this video to talk to you about fetch. Fetch is a great game to play. However, so oftentimes as a trainer, we find that people say things like, wow, my dog fetches, but they don't bring it back, or my dog fetches, but then I got to wrestle the ball to get it out of their mouth, or my dog only fetches sometimes, or they only do 3 throws and then they get bored. So we wanted to do this video to really help you understand how to have a better fetch game with your dog, how to have successful retrieves, and how to be able to have that dog that you can take anywhere and just throw the ball and have a good time with them. Playing fetch with a dog is one of the greatest ways to exercise them and at the same point in time, bond with our dog. So you could see Emaniti's really excited. I have the ball out and she's been patiently waiting to play. So now, when we're going to begin playing, as always, I'm going to say, hey, are you ready? Oh, okay. So you'll notice this ball, and typically most of the balls we're going to play with have a string attached to it. The reason we do that is multifaceted, okay? On one level, it gives us the ability to be able to hold the toy like this. Oh my gosh, she's going to get me. And have the dog jump around us and really understand that the game of fetch actually starts with playing with us. So often when we're playing fetch, we get the toy and we throw it really far away from the dog. I mean, people are throwing the ball 20, 30, 50, 100 feet, and the dog is honestly confused because they're saying, hey, look, I wanted to play with you. Why is it, I'm going to take this off of her. Why is it that you keep throwing this toy super far away? If you want to play with me, why is it that you threw the toy so far away? What also happens if we do long throws too quickly is the dog starts to find that, wow, being really far away from the owner, that's so much fun. Being close to the owner, yeah, that's actually pretty boring. I don't really want to be really close to my owner because, well, quite frankly, we don't have that much fun. All the fun happens when they do this really long throw. And you'll see that in the dogs that when they're anticipating the throw, they'll start running really far away from the owner, expecting them to throw the ball. Okay, so the way we create a good fetch game with the dog that's about us and the dog, not just about this toy, is by having a ball with a string attached. Now here you can see Emaniti's actually tugging a little bit. Out! And I want to be clear that tug and fetch are completely different games. Okay? No! Down! No! Tug and fetch are completely different games. Okay? In the fetch game, it's not a game of competition, it's a game of cooperation. Okay, so I don't want the dog to think that I'm trying to take the toy from them when in reality I'm not. I'm actually trying to bring the toy to life. So if we have a dog like Emma who doesn't always retrieve, what we're going to do is when they drop the toy voluntarily, we just pick it up and toss it again. We really want the dog to see us almost as a ball throwing machine. Now if they don't drop it and they want to tug, we're going to come in underneath their mouth like this with our hand and very calmly take the ball from them. Okay? Nice. Now the long line's here because that can be very helpful to encourage the dog to come back. A lot of people will do these game plays with, 2 balls, or they'll try to have food to encourage the dog to come back, or the remote collar to encourage the dog to bring the ball back. We found that the best way to ensure that the dog's going to come back and bring the ball is to simply just let the dog know, as soon as they bring it back to us, we're going to immediately throw it. So what we don't want to do is what you saw me doing earlier. I got the ball from her, she voluntarily gave it up, and then I'm standing like this, frustrating her, and she's saying, why do I want to give this guy the ball back when he just takes it and he holds it, and now I'm bored? So that's one of these mistakes that commonly happens is the person gets the ball, the dog drops it, and then they start talking to a friend, or they start telling the dog to wait or to sit, but the dog is still engaged in this exciting game. And the dog quickly learns bringing the toy back is a way that the gameplay may end. So if you see our other video talking about the structure of gameplay, that's really important. So many dogs aren't bringing the ball back because bringing the ball back signified the end of the game at one point. And the dog remembered, I brought the ball back, and then he said, hey, he just left and the game ended. I don't want to bring it back. That bringing it back may end the game. So remember, all we are is really a ball throwing device for our dog. They bring it back. We immediately bring the ball back to life. If they're struggling to bring it back, we can always go into a hallway or a small area like we're in now, where there's a much higher likelihood that the dog's not going to take the ball and run off with it, okay? The long line can also help with that and prevent the dog from taking that toy, running off with it, and then we've turned it now into a game of chase. So it's really important to be clear. Tug and fetch are completely different games. They involve completely different dynamics and a different set of emotions and relationships, okay? So, oh, you want one more? Now, when I have the ball in the string here, we're actually playing fetch, okay? She's chasing the ball. Nice. I'm going to let her get a win there, and she enjoys possessing it. The final point I want to talk about is this idea of the victory lap or praising our dog, Emma, while they possess it, okay? So Emma Niti is bringing the ball back now. Nice, Emma, good girl. And a lot of times why we're going to use this long line is so while the dog possesses the toy, we don't have to worry about them taking off and running away. We go, wow, good job, Emma. Nice, you got the toy. And we can even run around with them and celebrate with them and go, wow, you did a great job. You got that toy. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you. So let's try that this way with the long line on. Oh, nice, Emma. What a good girl. Yeah, you did so good. Oh, you got that ball, huh? When I praise them like this for possessing the ball, I'm showing them, I'm not trying to take this ball away from you. And that's going to encourage the dog to go, oh man, you're not trying to take it away. Well, you're obviously not playing tug with me. So, man, I think we're playing this fetch game, and oh, fetch game's fun. Notice during this whole time, I've never told her to come, okay? If we're having to tell the dog come, or we're having to tell the dog drop it, we need to slow down and take a step back and realize fundamentally the nature of the fetch game is being misunderstood. This is not a game about controlling the dog. This is about cooperation and the dog understanding that as they let the ball go and they engage with us, there's going to be more fun. So here you can see she's starting to try to initiate tug. I just hold my hands gently here. Oh, nice. But I'm not going to use the word drop it or let go when we're playing fetch. If the dog understands the fetch game properly, they're going to actively want to drop the toy because they know the sooner they drop it, the sooner it's going to come back to life again. So hopefully you found this video helpful. We now are going to do a little cool down with Emaniti. Are we done? Yeah, we're done. We had a good time. But if you did find this video helpful, go ahead and hit the like button or the subscribe button. And leave us a comment and let us know that it helped you out with your dog. If you have any questions, put those in the comment box as well. I'd be happy to answer them for you. Now remember, we don't blame them, we play with them.